Hello, ladies and gentlemen, RPChess here. And today I will show you a game between Hans Niemann and Magnus Carlsen, basically the game of the tournament. And it wasn't really exciting to watch, but I think it's totally unpredictable result. I saw Hans first time in Warsaw, and he was playing on like board 10, which is extremely high, and I never seen him before, never heard of him, and he was staying there all basically both rapids and blitz, so he's extremely strong. And so let's see this game. Magnus played white, which is extremely good for him. He played this beautiful game against Nepomniachtchi, and now he's playing lost against no name before this day. So Magnus opens up with d4. This is his choice for this tournament. Knight f6, c4, e6. Again, very standard. Knight c3 and bishop b4. This is Indian defense. So black will quickly castle and then play d5, c5, and trade his bishop, most likely, and uh, will play just a defensive game. Magnus played g3. This surprised me a lot because um, so after bishop to b4, not only because um, knight on c3 is misplaced in the Catalan systems, but uh, so basically you get the Catalan, but with some bit dubious move order. Yeah, what happened? But it was all Magnus's prep, and he's one of the best, opening players in the world. Castles, bishop g2, d5, a3. Again, normally white don't want to play this system. I think it's called Samish system in the Nimzo Indian defense, yeah, to double the spawns. But this is kind of move order which you prepare for one game, yeah. So white invested a lot in this development of this bishop and invested into this trade here. So black is actually very ahead in development here. Black takes. I like that he plays. He takes all these principled variations to capture. It's my kind of chess. Knight f3, c5. Uh, so with knight on f3, you cannot play e5, which is another option for black. Plan for black to break out, and c5 is kind of automatic move played quickly. Castles again captures and queen takes. I'd suggest I take on with the knight here. Probably I kind of want to keep queens on board, but Magnus knows what he's doing. Knight c6, another tempo move. And queen takes. And e5. So after these pawns have been traded, so black opens up with this e5. This is the last problem for them to play to develop the bishop, and the good news for black is that they can do it with tempo, obviously. And bishop g5. This is the engine move, but just the game showed it's the best move in the position, and still I think this plan. I mean, it didn't lose the game for him. It's just didn't work out, I think. Um, Another issue with doubling the spawns is that you have to trade your dark square bishop, and this bishop doesn't have an opponent. And Magnus, in this game against Nepomniachtchi, he showed how good he is with two bishops. So bishop pair, I mean, probably he regretted this. H6, rook d1. You want to play it automatic. And bishop e6, counter-attacking. Okay, it's not a big deal, I guess. So he took here, and Yeah, I mean, knight d2 and bishop takes f6 both have absolutely same evaluation, but he could have said, I mean, he takes. No, he couldn't. So already he has to give up this to bishop advantage and king f1. So it rarely seen when white when they have this fianchetto setup. That their pieces are not that active, yeah, and that's why I'm not playing with white the Catalan because uh, uh, as you see here that black actually had in development and all the time it works, yeah, whatever you play and whoever your opponent is, it starts to attack, and this c3 pawn soon will be, a big problem for white. So I mean, it looks promising on paper. You can like write a big paper, big book, yeah, that's saying that, well, white has advantage because of this bishop, and they don't have weaknesses except for this pawn, and black has these weaknesses, and white is better. But engine-wise, black is better. E1, knight a5. Uh, I think pretty good move. So you don't want to, let white take on c6 and get maybe good knight against this bishop, which is excellent. But so white can play, uh, another game, and we see that this plan worked out. So Hans played with knight against bishop and won. And another issue is this bishop, yeah, which becomes, hollow. It doesn't have any place to attack, yeah, because so many pieces are traded, and he will play, b6, where this pawn is defended well, and it's going to be hard for white to find a good, place of work for this bishop. Rook d1, an excellent move. Rook to c8. It's just a pleasure to make such moves. Yeah, you like you know opponent. You kind of trap your opponent. Yeah, because he loses a tempo. He's now this rook here is really into something. Yeah, it couldn't infiltrate, but now it just directly threatens c3. Bishop e6. Engine evaluation is minus 0.7, which is very serious. In this position, I think Magnus played a great move again. I don't know, would I play it? I mean, 99% of people would play this, yeah, and get just lost position. Just king walks in, and this knight, just too passive, yeah. Engine gives it a big advantage for black. Magnus plays c4, yeah. So he's extremely good defender, and he feels that this passivity will not save him. Takes with the bishop, yeah. He could have taken with the knight. Let's see. If he takes with the knight, takes, and this position is completely equal, yeah, for white here. So he took with the bishop, took with the rook, check, and bishop to d5. So you see that Magnus found way to activate his pieces. Now he has active rook, active bishop. This pawn on f7 is kind of under threat, and actually the engine says that white just gained something. It was a very very strong play. Rook c7 defending both these pawns. a6 and f5. So this is, I don't know, probably one of well, definitely his best play by Niemann. I wouldn't play like this f5 because I just don't understand it, but it's an engine move. So this plan actually works. So he started with, from this point of the game, black played like 5-7 moves just perfectly. and it's already like they playing like more than 2 hours, and you playing against Magnus. You can actually like, I don't know, offer. I mean, not offer a draw, but you know, save your piece. But he plays for win, and it's very ridiculously strong f5 e4 plan. Um, g4, rook c5. So engine says that he could have played like something like this, but you don't want, it's very hard to understand why this is the best move. Yeah, just you want to, free your pieces so that you can create some threats. Yeah, or possibly it was something like this proposal of traits. Knight c4, a4 defending the pawn, knight to d6, and he took here. Um, yeah, engine says that rook c2 is even more stronger, but just like an extra pawn, which is a mistake according to engine. And d3. So again, excellent move. I don't know how he thought of it. It's actually like a miniature. Yeah, that it's rook c1 is a threat mate in one, and after he took it, knight. So he um, just sacrifice the pawn, and this is another sacrifice. So sacrifice two pawns to improve his pieces. I mean, and this is the third. So he can take this, and he cannot already capture b7 because of this mate. Yeah, but engine says that this is lost. This is the only move to save your game, and after that, just black kind of dominates. Okay, king f1. Bishop f7, check, 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 winning some time, and king f6. So what black advantages? So black has this second file, and the king might go to h4 and create some mating threat. A lot of games like this in chess history, and this has an extra pawn. So it's not yet won because not so many pawns, but in every variation, black has advantage. So rook d2, king g6, probably the only move correct. And this is a mistake. Yeah, the losing move basically, because his pieces are too tied up. Check. Yeah, so they traded the rooks in this strange way, and black is a pawn up, and it's an endgame. a5, king e5, otherwise white takes the pawn on b7, check, e4, so he could have played at this probably, and f3 is the move. Knight f1, I guess it's easier. Knight e3, yeah, and this pawn is lost. So e4. Yeah, it's actually quite easy, I guess, that this pawn is going to be lost. Takes it. They play pretty quickly. h5. So this, yeah, another like last edge effort by Magnus. So this bishop cuts down this knight. Yeah, it shut down. It cannot move anywhere. But pawns are just marching. And this position, I don't know if he played knight king f5, but Magnus resigned it. I think in this position because it doesn't make too much sense. Okay, it makes sense because you free your knight. All right, very good game by Hans. Congratulations. Thank you for watching and see you next time.